might as well arm the scanner here as well. Let's see if he's gonna be... No, he is not running away. He probably can't. Or he's just resolved himself to being destroyed by me. Now, that reminds me. Okay, first of all, now turn this back to auto, and now we'll see if he tries to board me, because he doesn't have... Will he try boarding me? Doesn't seem like it, although my shuttle has left probably to supply this one. None of their shuttles have even left. Maybe they don't even have any shuttles. Well, we do know that there are no other pirates in this sector, so they're doomed. So I'm just gonna leave the cycle to end. And then we're gonna board them in the morning. If they even survive that long. We don't know how many survived in there, but this is a very large ship. I think this one has a crew of 10 by default. That being said, there is a Cult of New Haven ship that's currently coming in. And somehow our relationship with them is a -6. I don't know why, but it is. I wonder what they are gonna do. Maybe they're gonna try to raid the ship. So let's see and wait. I want to see how the Cult of New Haven ship will react with a broken pirate ship. Will they try to board? Doesn't seem like it. I'm gonna trade with them since they're here. Let's see. I have that to sell. What else do I have to sell? Well, I might just sell a bit of more of these. I have plenty of them. Anything else I have for sale? Probably. Yeah, I have plenty of chemicals, but I hate selling those because they are so needed. I don't really need fiber, so you can have that. In fact, here, have some more fiber. I have 20 plastics. I don't even use you need plastic. I have 24 shotguns. Yeah, here, have some shotguns. I don't need 24 shotguns. Ah, they are raiding. They are trying to raid them. Let's see how that goes. Ah, immediately got shot by something. Oh. For some reason, we can see what they can see. Oh, is it because of our scanner? It isn't. So why can't we see what they can see? Is it because we trade with them? But we're neutral with them. Why can't we see what they can see? In any case, it's a derelict, so we can now take care of it, but that was peculiar. Oh, where is my shuttle? My shuttle is trading right now. That's where the shuttle is. That was peculiar. So I don't have an explanation why I was able to share my view with them, because they are not on friendly terms with me. We are neutral. So I'm not sure what happened there. I think everybody's dead here, so I can hurry it up a bit. It doesn't seem like this ship had many crew. Yeah, not much in terms of crew, it seems. Had some good items. Yeah, not much in terms of crew. They had like 6-7 crew members. That's not a lot. Not a lot in terms of crew. And it would be awesome if you could claim a pirate ship. I mean, this is a perfectly good ship to claim. I would claim this ship instead of those random generated boxes that you get as claimable ships. I mean, not being able to claim a derelict that you can destroy, that's just silly. This is a fully built, fully functioning ship. Being able to capture, maybe even sell it, that would be a great concept, to be able to steal a ship that you destroyed from a pirate and then just sell it later in a shipyard or something. That would be awesome. Where is that smoke condition? Where is smoke? There is no smoke anywhere. Nothing was on fire for a while now. Why are you giving me the random alert of being... By the way, really, I have not decided if I am going to be streaming the next franchise after Warcraft, if I'm going to be streaming Age of Empires, Empire Earth, or the Legacy of Kain series. I kind of feel like I want to stream the Legacy of Kain series, because I have all the games, they all run on PCs, I'm fairly confident I can stream all of them without any technical issues. And Legacy of Kain is one of my favorite series ever, and people have kind of forgot about its existence, which is a shame because it's one of the best series ever, as far as I'm concerned, especially with the vampire theme. Yeah, William, Empire Earth 1 and 2 and 3. So all three of them, because it would be a franchise run. The only problem with Empire Earth 1 that I foresee is Empire Earth 1 has a very crappy AI and missions take hours to beat. Hours. Missions are very, very long. I know that one of the Greek campaign missions took me like 3 hours to beat, and not because it was difficult, just because everything moves so slowly. Empire Earth 2 was pretty much the best one for me. Empire Earth 3 is it's really nothing special, and actually a disappointment. Empire Earth 1, it is okay as a strategy game, but it's so slow. Hello Galaxy, nice to see you. Yeah, Villian, that's pretty much what I feel, and I think most people do feel that nostalgia is more kicking you than the actual game does. Because, like I said, Empire Earth 1 plays extremely slowly, and it isn't really that good. Empire Earth 2, however, is very good. Yeah, Liana, that's pretty much everything you say there. That's all Empire Earth 1. The controls are really stiff. I mean, even for a strategy game, the pace is extremely slow. It is. And pathfinding, oh my god, the pathfinding, you have such a good point there. The pathfinding in Empire Earth 1 is absolutely horrible. It is horrendous. From the whole franchise, it's only Empire Earth 2 was any good. Empire Earth 2 was actually quite good. I've replayed it recently and it is quite good. But the thing is, I want to do a franchise run of Empire Earth on stream at some point. But I don't think it's gonna be this time around. It's probably gonna be either Age of Empires franchise, so Age of Empires 1, 2, and 3, and maybe 4 if it gets released in time, and the Legacy of Kain. I think I might actually go for Legacy of Kain just because it's a different genre. Because the last 2 games I streamed, well, not exactly. The last 2 games, well, yeah, Warcraft 1 and 2, so they would be just strategy games. So I think I'm gonna go for Legacy of Kain just to switch it up a bit. I mean, Legacy of Kain series is magnificent. It is one of the best hack and slash adventure games, in my opinion, ever made. I am kind of biased towards it because what always drawn me most to Legacy of Kain was the atmosphere, excellent writing, and the characters themselves, especially Kain. The voicing of the characters was excellently done. The story is very original. The world is very well written. It is a magnificent game. I can't believe that Legacy of Kain doesn't have a remake or a remaster or anything already done, because it absolutely deserves it. This mining session is lasting a while. What are you guys doing? Yeah, so it's gonna be either Age of Empires or Legacy of Kain. I might just do Empire Earth just to get it off my list, but it's not very likely just because of how much Empire Earth 1 drags its feet. It's really, really slow. Galaxy, you never heard of Empire Earth 1? You're lucky. Although, like I said, Empire Earth 2, that one is a great one. I like that one a lot. I will be replaying I replayed that one several times. It was also a favorite of ours at a LAN party. So yeah, the second game was quite good. Third one wasn't, and the first one is dreadful. But the first one, but the second one was really good. In which one? In the Emperor Earth one? That's the future one, the futuristic one in the Emperor Earth one, the Russian campaign. I think that's probably because the units in the Russian campaign are actually very useful, as opposed to many units that you get in the other campaigns. The campaign missions which I had the most problems with were probably the World War I campaign missions, just because of how the AI works by spamming artillery, and it gets very tiresome very quickly. Yeah, Viliano, that's true. The game had quite a few good ideas, but the execution of those ideas was very poor most of the time. The biggest problems by far in Empire Earth 1 are slowness and pathfinding. Also, the units were very poorly balanced. It was such a weird concept as well, because Empire Earth tried to get on the bandwagon with Age of Empires series, and with all the epoch switching and getting more advanced units and upgrading them to more modern ones, and that as a concept was a great idea. And I initially liked the whole fact that you can go between 15 different eras on Empire Earth. The problem was... Oh, error? No power? Are you out of energy rods? Yes, you are. The problem with that was very quickly that when you have 15 epochs, there are many problems between them in balancing, and even more so than just balance. You would have several epochs that didn't have any differences between them whatsoever, or there would be just a single new unit added and everything else was the same. And if they just have the number of epochs by half, it would be much more playable. Having 15 different eras was just over the limit. But that's just for Empire Earth 1. In Empire Earth 2, despite still having, I think, 14 epochs, each one had different units and different technologies in them, so it wasn't so monotonous. Oh, the nuke bombers. Oh, yeah, that came in. Well, it was in Empire Earth 1, but they weren't so efficient because of the fuel limitation. But in Empire Earth 2, nuke bombers were the beast. Oh, we have somebody to trade with here. What can I give you? What can I give you? Well, I have these now, so let's immediately sell these so that we can build new ones and use up all the resources we have. There we go. I think I'm just considering all the pluses and minuses after I finish, but I still have one Warcraft game to go, and I did some testing with my original Warcraft 3 because I don't want to play the Reforged. I don't think I can even play the Reforged version without hitching because it's a new engine. But the classic one does seem to be working. I just don't know if OBS is going to be able to see it because it's so old. But I really want to avoid the Warcraft 3 Reforged. I don't want to play the Reforged. It is broken. It is absolutely broken. I cannot forgive Blizzard for messing that up so bad. If you haven't played the Reforged and still have the original Warcraft 3, just keep your original Warcraft 3, don't take the Reforged. You won't be able to go back, you won't be able to play the original Warcraft 3 anymore, and Reforged is a mess. It is absolute mess from the graphical standpoint, from the programming standpoint. The pathfinding is awful. The units get stuck, the AI is messed up. It is it's shocking that that the developer of Blizzard's magnitude, of Blizzard's caliber, would do something like that, to release something as broken as that. Okay, you're going off into danger immediately. But you know, you could make the argument, well, you don't have to play it, you don't have to buy it, but here's the thing. Everybody, including me, wanted to see a remaster of the Warcraft 3 game. It deserves it, it's a great strategy game, we all loved it. So yeah, a remaster had every right to exist, and we're happy that they gave it a shot. However, to then remove the original game from the store and make the Reforged the only option, that's criminal. Because you still had to pay for the old game, and the old game was on Battle.net, so we know it works on Battle.net. There were mods on it, there were maps for it made, tournaments were being held on it. And then just to arbitrarily decide, no, the Reforged will do, and you can't play your old game anymore, that's just awful. That is absolutely unexcusable. To remove everybody the privilege to play to give them, to take away their choice, that's unexcusable. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. What were they thinking? What were they thinking to take, not just take it off the store, but make it completely unplayable for everybody who bought it? Consider this. You purchase a game, you purchase the original Warcraft 3. The original Warcraft 3 works on Windows 10. It works on your fancy modern system. It's not perfect, it has its problems, but it works. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Then, the developers release a remaster of it. That remaster is worse than the original game in many aspects. It removes the original game that you've paid for from the store and from your inventory. And even if you refund the Reforged, you can't have your original Warcraft 3 back. It's just gone forever. And I've heard mentions that even people who own the original Warcraft 3 on Battle.net can't play it anymore. That it just asks them to buy the Reforged instead. I don't know if that's true. I'm hoping it's not, but if it is, just think about what that business practice is. Like, you pay for a game and then the developer says you can't play it anymore, here's a new version, buy that instead. And yeah, you don't even have a choice, you have to buy a new one. That's just absolute crap. I'm happy that I still have original Warcraft 3 on disc, because if I didn't, I would also be doomed to that. Fertilizer. Well, we're making fertilizer, so you're gonna get some. Condition gone unconscious. Why were you unconscious? Did you lock yourself in the room? What the hell you were unconscious? Is this gas? No, it isn't. Oh, it is. Hazardous gases. For some reason, these gases are not getting filtered out of here. Why are they not getting filtered out of there? Oh, why is that? Anyway, I ranted enough about the sorry state of Activision and what they did to my beloved Warcraft 3. I had a kind of sort of argument with a colleague at work last week about a similar thing, but happening in a different medium, namely the new He-Man series. Now, I am almost 40 years old. I grew up with the original He-Man back in the 80s. I love He-Man. He-Man is a wonderful show. I still rewatch it sometimes because it's absolutely magnificent. The way that they did it, the message, the character Skeletor is absolutely amazing. One of the best villains ever made, as far as I'm concerned. And recently, you've probably seen this, Netflix made a remaster of it. When I saw I'm gonna wait for the cycle to end. When I saw the remaster trailer, the fight scenes, the new designs, the Soul Flare, but we got shields, so it's good. When I saw the redesign, I was happy. I was like, oh my god, this looks magnificent, this is awesome. And then it came out and I watched it, and yeah, it's not good. It's not good, and you probably noticed that not many people do like it, and it's been, I won't say universally, but it's been heavily panned and criticized. And one of the points I made about why that is because this is not He-Man. The new He-Man show that's on Netflix, that's just some edgy new wave thing that it's not He-Man. That's just an edgy show that's wearing He-Man's title. Oh, come on, of all the things that catch on fire, that's where the fire gets, where the food is being made. Well, there's a gas scrubber here. Once this fig gets fixed, that will get sorted. Get the gas scrubber online and that smoke will disappear. There we go. Anyway, as I was saying, so did I get my guys? No, I didn't. And Butch is now out on patrol. Well, that's fine. We're just gonna go without him. There's a derelict here. So what are my problems with the new He-Man? Well, the characters. Orko looks like a goblin. There was a point that he was always being like almost cutesy and harmless because he was the court magician, a jester. Now he looks like a goblin. Oh, I have, for some reason, yeah, these guys undrafted. He also doesn't have the wit that he did have. The whole show is just trying too hard, and it's trying to be edgy, and it's trying to be modern, and in that they've pretty much lost all sense of identity. Skeletor. Skeletor was probably one of my favorite villains of all time, still is, the original one at least. And in this particular remake, yeah, he looks better than ever. He's menacing, but he has almost no soul, no personality, nothing. He was always a character that was both funny and scary. He was both menacing and he was ridiculous, and he was over the top, and he was humorous, and he would use ridiculous terms of phrase, and it would be funny. At the same time, he would be very, very looking dangerous and cool and all of that. And yeah, that's just not the case with the new one. He looks better than he ever did before, but there is no soul to him. There is no spirit to him. Nothing. He's just like a villain. There is nothing special about him. And other characters, they put in so many new characters and they forgot so many of the originals. The show has no spirit. It is so generic. It is so... And this colleague of mine says, well, this show is obviously not made for you. But hold on, it's not? When you make a remaster of a franchise, you're not making it for the new viewers. The new viewers will probably come in because they get interested, but primarily your viewers are the old fans. Because if you wanted to make something, to bring in new viewers, you would make something new. But if you're taking on a franchise which is already existing, which already is out there, then you're making it for a specific fandom already. He-Man exists since 1980s, so you're obviously gonna try to appease the fandom that already exists, not the one that you're trying to make. So to make something that goes against everything that the show stood for, that's a bold move, and yeah, no wonder that the show isn't doing well. And if you want a case in point, take a look at Castlevania. Castlevania is a show which is based on a video game, and the makers of Castlevania knew exactly what the fans were looking for. The characters in Castlevania, they are all they should be. And the Castlevania as a show itself is written as a Castlevania title. It is exactly what it should be. That's why it succeeded. That's why it's praised. That's why we all love it. Not because it's bloody, not because it's just well drawn or just that it's well written, but because it is Castlevania. The fans of Castlevania franchise, when they watch that show, they get Castlevania vibes from it. That's what you're trying to achieve. Yeah, the guy who wrote the new He-Man, he went completely the other way, and yeah, that's why that show isn't doing so well right now.